But no, it's been really cold the past several days, but we've got some big improvements this afternoon. Temperatures already well above freezing, and we're going to stay that way, throughout at least the next several hours. And tomorrow, that's going to be the case as well. Let's go ahead and go to links 1. Here we go. So here over the past several days, temperatures have been pretty cold. In fact, again, on the 14th, we got down to about 8 degrees, but the past couple of days have been very harsh as well. Temperatures in the teens and in the 20s. So far for the month of January, we're at 7.4 degrees below normal. We had 112 hours where we spent in Oklahoma City below freezing, but we finally broke that today. We're at 39 degrees. This is our OCCC camera. Part of our Lucky Star Sky Cam network. The wind is out of the south at 28 miles an hour. We do have a wind gust right now at 37. It will still be windy today, so wind chills, it does feel more like the upper 20s. Temperatures still in the 20s and low 30s in the far northeast, but we have upper 30s and low 40s across the southwest, some low 40s showing up just west of I-35 even, and that southwest wind is really helping us today. It's anywhere between about 15 to as much as around now 45 miles an hour, so very blustery, so wind chills definitely a factor. It feels more like the teens across the northeast, but upper 20s and low 30s across the south and southwest, so big difference compared to where we were this time yesterday. We range from anywhere from about 15 degrees to as much as around 25 degrees above where we were this time yesterday. So a huge difference, but we still have snow on the ground, especially just north of I-40. You can see that from Enid down to just north of Kingfisher, Stillwater, Stroud, all the way really all across northeast Oklahoma. That's where we have a lot of snow still left on the ground. We're going to do some melting, though, today and into tomorrow, and then we're going to wait for our next storm system to move in. But for now, the central and southern plains, we get a break from all the harsh weather, but it's not going to last very long. So for today and tomorrow, it's not going to be nearly as cold. Temperatures climbing into the 40s. But we do have a front coming in tonight. That's not the Arctic front. The Arctic front actually moves in by tomorrow night or early Friday morning. So for Friday afternoon, the Arctic air will come spilling back in. Temperatures will be dropping down into the 20s. We'll see some very small improvements this weekend, but it's still going to be very cold until the next storm moves in. Right now, it's looking like that's going to happen pretty early on Monday. But as of right now, by Sunday night to early Monday morning, it could be cold enough that we could actually get areas of light ice, and that could include Oklahoma City, but we're still several days out, so we'll obviously fine-tune it as we get closer. But some of the data is still bringing in some ice in parts of central, southern, and eastern Oklahoma. The good news is, as we go throughout the afternoon, it does look warm enough that eventually everything would become just plain rain. This pattern will continue for at least a few days after that, but we're talking just plain rain. Temperatures will be warm in the 40s and in the 50s, so we're going to get several waves that will move in. They're at least about Thursday, it looks like, but all of that will be just plain rain. And then as we approach that next weekend, we're going to see what this next storm does. But the weather pattern certainly looking a little bit more active. But our main concern really is going to be what is happening on Monday morning, because some of the data, again, bringing in kind of a wintry mix that could include some light ice in central, southern, and again, eastern Oklahoma. So some cold air definitely moving in, but eventually things warm up pretty quickly. So today we're looking for a high of about 43 degrees in Oklahoma City, the mid and upper 40s in the southwest, just the 30s though in the far northeast. And then overnight tonight, we're dropping down to about 23 degrees. So some small improvements even this morning. Gosh, it didn't even feel as cold as the past couple of mornings. So that makes such a huge difference. Temperatures in the upper teens across the north, upper 20s, low 30s across the south tomorrow afternoon. Looking for a high of about 45 degrees in Oklahoma City, the upper 40s in the southwest, low 50s in Ardmore, about 44 in Ponca City and 45 degrees in Tulsa. But by Friday, the Arctic front will move in very early. So in the afternoon, it looks like this again, 26 degrees in Oklahoma City with a north wind between 10 to 20 miles an hour, low 20s in Miami, 24 in Tulsa, about 33 in Lawton, 35 in Altus, and 34 in Hobart on Friday afternoon. Saturday, temperatures are still going to be cold. In fact, it's going to be cold all weekend, but we will see some minor improvements. So 30 degrees on Saturday, near 40 on Sunday. And then again, next week, it's certainly looking a little bit more active, but we're looking at just plain rain for most of that. The main concern is going to be Monday morning.
Okay, thank you so much, Cass. And still ahead, obesity affects more than 40% of adults.